Sat here today in my finishers t-shirt and medal. I've just done the Angkor Wat Cambodia half marathon after completing a 4-week metabolic training plan designed to help me run faster. Did it work? I absolutely smashed my goal of running a half marathon in under 2 hours. I'm still waiting for my time to load on the official website, but Nike Plus has me running the half marathon in 1 hour, 49 minutes and 22 seconds. That's an average pace of 5 minutes, 12 seconds per kilometre. That's 10 minutes faster than my target time of getting a sub 2 hour half marathon. And it beats my previous personal best of 2 hours. Can you tell I'm happy? I'm so happy. Let me tell you how I did it. 6 weeks ago, I did some metabolic testing at Coached Sports Science Lab in Singapore. The metabolic testing told me to kickstart my fat metabolism, to tap into my fat fuel. This would help me increase my speed and allow me to run faster for a longer period of time. Race strategy. Race day strategy is to start fast. Get out from behind people as quickly as possible. The goal was to put carbs back in as soon as I started. So I was drinking carbs in my camel pack, and I also had gummies and gels for later on in the race. Pace-wise, the goal was to keep to around 5:30 and below, but not to stress, not to overanalyze it if I wasn't feeling up to it. Mainly just to enjoy the day, take it all in, be in the moment, and have fun. Pre-race, Saturday the 2nd of December. We travelled up to Cambodia from Singapore on Saturday morning. The flight was around 2 hours. I took my husband and kids with me so I could have some support and we could have a nice little weekend away together. The flight was great. Kids wanted to sit with daddy, so I got a little bit of me time to do some journaling and to visualise the race. We stayed at the BB Angkor Green Resort. It was a little bit out of town, but it had an amazing pool for the kids and they loved it. On Saturday afternoon, my youngest refused to nap, so I took her with me in a tuk-tuk to pick up the race pack. Lo and behold, she fell asleep in the tuk-tuk. I timed my race pack collection perfectly. There was very little queue compared to the morning. There was loads of things going on. It was a great atmosphere. A little tricky for me to interact with a 2-year-old on my shoulder, but it was really fun. Headed back to the hotel for an early night, hoping for a good night's sleep. Doesn't always happen when you know you've got to get up for a race in the morning. Race day, Sunday the 3rd of December. Up at 4 a.m, the race starts at 5:30. Got a tuk-tuk to the start line. It was pitch black and a really cool morning. It was a bit nerve-wracking heading off into the dark, but I felt completely safe with my driver. The closer we got, you could see the crowds. The starting line was packed with people running the 21k, 10k, 5k, 3k runs, and the atmosphere was electric. I met up with my friend Megan from Singapore, who was also running the half marathon. As we walked past the finish line, nerves started creeping in. I believe in using your nerves and stress for fuel, so I was trying to channel it. Mainly, I just felt really excited and was trying to savor the moment. The wheelchair started the race and went 15 minutes ahead of the runners. They were amazing. I could not do what they were doing. The countdown began for our half marathon.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I stuck to my strategy, sprinted off, and started to weave in and out of people. The adrenaline got me, and I just tried to ride the wave. After a few kilometers, I realized I was getting faster, and it felt really good. So I tried to push myself a little bit further. I knew that if I kept to a 5:15 pace, I would do the half marathon in 1 hour, 50 minutes. This was a personal goal that I hadn't told anyone about, although it is on a vision board. The terrain was flat, paved road, easy to run on. The sun came up at 6 a.m. The streets are tree lined, so the road remained in the shade. The temperature was around 28 degrees, 85% humidity, but this was actually perfect conditions compared to what I'm used to in Singapore. As I ran, I just kept picking people up one by one, having a little competition in my head. I found 2 girls who were running a really good pace, so I stuck with them for a little bit until I realized I'd slowed down, so then decided to push on. I drank my carbs from the start. At around 7 kilometers, I ate some gummies, and then at 11 kilometers, I started with a gel. Now the gel, I have one gel that I just ate gradually from 11 kilometers to 21. I got to pass some incredible temples and ruins, and Cambodian kids lined the streets for high fives as we went past. I sped up for the last 2 kilometers, caught up with a guy who'd been in my eye line the whole way, managed to get him to sprint the last 300 meters with me, and we crossed the finish line together. It was crazy busy at the finish line. All 3 races were kind of crossing at the same time. My husband and kids were waiting for me at the finish line. I just hope I did them proud.
Just finished. Time says 1:49. I'm crying because I just didn't think I'd actually get that. Like, so happy. Like, all that training paid off.
I had a very happy tuk-tuk ride home. The rest of the day was eating, swimming with the kids, and enjoying a little holiday. I always worry about my stomach pre and during the race. I have quite a sensitive gut, and sometimes nerves and the gels can trigger a bad stomach. Luckily throughout the race I was fine, but afterwards I was quite unwell. I need to improve my tolerance for gels and also maybe experiment with different products that might be better on my stomach. Post-race, Monday the 4th of December. The day after, I felt totally fine. We had a flight back to Singapore mid-morning, and then in the afternoon, I just ran errands. And honestly, felt like I could have trained, but decided to give myself the day off. I struggled a little bit with the food in Cambodia. Everything was a little carb heavy, and especially after not eating carbs, or not eating many carbs for 4 weeks, it just didn't agree with me. I was very ready to get back to Singapore and have a healthy meal. So what did I learn? The data and recommendations from the metabolic testing worked beyond my expectations. So much so that I'm booked into the lactate testing this Friday. And I've signed up for coached one-on-one run coaching for the Paris Marathon. The second thing is carb cycling. Whilst I found it really hard, it made me realize a diet has a much bigger impact than I first thought. Number 3, running slow really does make you run faster. Number 4, I'm more capable than what I give myself credit for. I was maybe a little bit too safe with my goals for this one. So for the Paris Marathon, maybe I should be aiming for a 3:45 instead of a sub 4. Things that I would do differently. Try different fuel sources, different carbs, something that might be better for my stomach. Prioritize and optimize my sleep. The Angkor Wat Cambodia half marathon was a beautiful route, really flat course, perfect for runners of all levels. I would highly recommend it. Cambodia is such a beautiful country whose tourism hasn't quite recovered since COVID. I recommend anyone to travel there. If you like this video, please subscribe for more self-improvement, fitness challenges, and to follow me on my Paris Marathon training journey. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.